do. I think he's got the style to beat Daniel Dubois. I think sometimes when you get that big win, you know, you get a little bit carried away. See him in the ring against, you know, calling out Usyk, and you know, if I'm Joseph Parker, I'm just chipping away, working away.
No way, I'm gonna do a demolition job on him first, and then I want Usyk next. I'm ready for it, and I'm on a roll. So, you know, bring him on.
He might be looking too far ahead, planning big fights, other big fights, but you got to fight right in front of you right now.
No, ask him. I got my mind firmly set on you.
They
You're
better
the
be.
next man. Hey?
They better be.
I just feel like I'm gonna be better than him in every department, and go through him, like just go run right through him, and yeah, show him his age in the ring, make him know that he's an old fighter. He's been in wars before, so just show him the wear and tear that's really hitting it.
What happens when raw power meets experience? That's the big question hanging over the upcoming heavyweight showdown between Daniel Dubois and Joseph Parker. This fight isn't just about two fighters in the ring. It's about contrasting styles, contrasting paths, and a whole lot of speculation. So who's going to win this explosive battle? We're diving deep into everything from Daniel Dubois's knockout power to Joseph Parker's ring intelligence. Stay tuned because we're breaking it all down.
Thoughts on a few things in the heavyweight division. First of all, the announcement that Dubois is defending his belt against Joe Parker. Your thoughts on that fight?
I think it's a great fight, and I like they're really putting Dan in there. You know, fight after fight after fight, hard fights. You know, I think Joseph Parker stylistically could cause him a lot of problems with his speed and experience, and he's been in there with the likes of Wilder and Zhang, who are two massive punchers. So it's not like the power that Dan, because Dan's got great power, but it's not something he's never seen before.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it. Like, obviously Dubois hits hard. He's come from like more, I don't know, he stepped up, but then also Parker as well. Like they've both come along and they've both like been in big fights. So yeah, I'm really excited to see who gets the win.
Yeah, they've both been on really good form recently. The past year or two.
Both got different attributes, but see, may the best.
Let's start with Daniel Dubois. The British powerhouse is on a serious hot streak, and he's coming into this fight with one goal in mind: to prove that his recent form isn't just a fluke. After defending his IBF title and knocking out top fighters like Gerald Miller and Anthony Joshua, Dubois has solidified his place as one of the most exciting prospects in the heavyweight division. His recent performances have certainly made heads turn, especially the way he steamrolled through Anthony Joshua in just 5 rounds. Now let's talk about Joseph Parker. The former WBO heavyweight champion isn't just some washed-up contender. Far from it.
He's just taking it really seriously. You know, I think all fighters just find that moment where they say, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to be smarter. And Joseph, every time you see him, he looks strong. You know, and he's worked really, really hard. I think, by all accounts, I don't know him, but you know, his strength and conditioning trainer, I think it's George Lockhart. You know, has made a massive difference to, you know, his engine. And now I think he's taking it seriously. I think he's in the form of his career. And I think he's got the kind of style that will really trouble Daniel Dubois.
I like both fighters. I respect both fighters, but somewhere in my gut feeling is telling me that Dubois is gonna win this one, and because I admire his style and I like how he approached the fight. I like Parker as well, but I believe subconsciously, I believe Dubois is going to win this.
Parker has been on a resurgence, taking on some of the best in the division and walking away with huge victories. He recently outclassed Deontay Wilder and Zhilei Zhang, both by decision, proving that his experience and ability to go the distance with elite fighters are still very much intact. But what makes Parker a real threat is his style. Eddie Hearn, who promotes Parker and has a close relationship with him, is adamant that Parker is the man to beat Dubois. Hearn believes that Parker's style, his ability to avoid big shots and frustrate opponents with his adaptability, will be too much for Dubois. He's been vocal about it, saying Joseph is in the best form of his career and has the kind of style that will really trouble Daniel.
Parker, who's going to have, who a lot of people, I think, are underestimating against Dubois.
I think he wins the fight.
It's a hard predict because I think this is a truly 50-50 fight, and I like both of these fighters. I think if I have to say something, I'll tell Dubois to come there and don't be overlooking Joseph Parker.
I think Dan's just a bit too much on a roll right now, so I do favour Dan, but I can just see how Parker could just nullify and just work his way to a points decision.
End of this month, I think a Joseph Parker fight, he's bigger than Parker, naturally bigger, he punches hard on him, but Parker's on a couple of decent wins. Yeah, beat Zhang, he beat Deontay Wilder. They're good wins, in good form, do you know what I mean? He's looking like he's really getting his second win in his career. So if Dubois can beat Joseph Parker after the wipeout job against AJ, he really has established himself as a bona fide world champion.
Yeah.
So, and it's a fight that will be good, because you never know, because Parker's got all that, he's got bags of experience.
Hearn suggests that Dubois' confidence, fueled by his knockout victories, might play against him in this fight, potentially leading to overconfidence. And that's a risk when you're facing someone as experienced and tactical as Parker. Joe Joyce, the only fighter to have beaten both men, has similar views. Joyce acknowledges that Dubois has incredible knockout power, but he's also impressed by Parker's ability to take a punch and manage the distance. Joyce believes that whoever imposes their will first will likely win the fight. If Dubois can land that decisive blow early, he'll have the upper hand. However, if Parker is able to use his tactical prowess and survive the early storm, it could be a long night for the champion. Let's not forget that Dubois, despite his recent success, is still maturing as a fighter.
You know, I mean, I'm kind of like Joseph's unofficial promoter. He's a mate of mine. I love him, and I think he's going to win.
Looking forward to beat the champion, who's going to win the fight between Dubois and Parker, and I'll see what will be next.
Who would you rather fight out of Dubois and Parker?
The winner. So I think Parker will win the fight. I think that's my opinion. But the winner will face him.
I think if you need to be honest about it, you know, listen, Joe's a really good friend of mine, but if I want to be impartial and I want to pass comment on things and I want to, you know, I need to be honest about it. It is a 50-50 fight. I think you look at both guys' momentum, you know, like you just said, Dubois has been unbelievable in his last 3 fights, 3 big wins. You look at Joe's last 2 fights, especially Wilder and Zhang, 2 unbelievable wins, 2 great performances. I think if you look at both fighters, they're both pretty opposing characters, pretty polar opposite really in their personality, the way they go about things, their journey so far.
Former world champion Sean Porter sees the British fighter as someone who is still developing. Heavyweights often hit their prime later in their careers, and Porter believes that Dubois is on an upward trajectory. His recent victories have been impressive, but this will be his biggest test yet. If he can handle the pressure and use his growing skill set to manage Parker's experience, then Dubois could prove he's ready for the next level.
Second one. No soft touch here. Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this. He's put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously one of the nicest people in boxing. Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from a holiday in Brazil, super sharp. I saw him on the pads, maybe in his first or second training session back, and he looked incredible.
Yeah, what do you think about that fight?
Which one?
Dubois Parker, if it does happen.
I think Dubois wins it. You know, because I don't think Joseph Parker's got a strong enough chin. Daniel hits hard. You know, Daniel hits hard. So I see that fight. Daniel winning 5 rounds.
On the flip side, Lawrence Okolie, the cruiserweight champion, offers a more balanced perspective. He recognizes Dubois' raw power, but also believes Parker's experience and ability to make adjustments will give him the upper hand. Okolie suggests that Parker's ability to dictate the pace and manage the distance will be crucial, especially in the later rounds when the fight might evolve into a tactical battle. The opinions surrounding this matchup are diverse and unpredictable. Martin Blay, who has sparred with both men, believes that Parker has the tools to upset the odds and dethrone Dubois. Blay points out that Parker's adaptability and technical proficiency will be key, particularly if Dubois fails to control the pace early on. It's a sentiment echoed by Paulie Malignaggi, who also believes that Parker's multifaceted approach could prove to be too much for Dubois. If Dubois can't adjust and show the IQ needed to overcome Parker, he might be in for a long night. Chris Algieri also raises concerns about Dubois' ability to deal with a fighter like Parker, who is capable of disrupting his game plan.
I like Dubois, man. Dubois is a beast. Honestly, I said that from when he fought against Hergovich. I said that, yo, who is this kid, man? I go, this kid's good. And I remember watching that live. And I like the way he fought and how he puts his punches together and how strong he is. And the way he took those fighters apart. Obviously, he's coming off a great win against Anthony Joshua. He's going to have more confidence. So, yeah, I think I got Dubois good in that fight win.
While Dubois has been successful against aggressive fighters, Algieri suggests that Parker's ability to move and think strategically could frustrate the British fighter, especially over the course of a 12-round fight. As the fight draws nearer, one thing is certain: this will be a clash of styles. Dubois' raw power and momentum are undeniable, but Parker's experience and adaptability are just as dangerous.
I can see Parker beating him on points, yeah. But Dubois is getting bigger and stronger all the time. Like, Dubois is a different kettle of fish now 2 years ago. So, you know, when it only takes one fight to paint a picture, like, I used to be known as one of the hardest men in British boxing. I pull out in the corner against Fraser Clark. I'm a quitter on this and that. You know, you go from one of the hardest men in British boxing to a quitter overnight. But I used to look at Dubois and go, he's got a bit of quitting in him. He's a bit chinny out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not anymore, is he? Like, he's walked through Hergovich, walked through Miller, walked through Joshua.
The unpredictability of the fight adds to the excitement, and the boxing world is waiting with bated breath to see who will come out on top. So, who do you think will win? Will Dubois' knockout power prove too much for Parker, or will the New Zealand fighter's ring IQ and experience shine through? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell for more exclusive content. Trust me, you don't want to miss what's coming next.